Hi everyone, got a fun little adventure here for us today. I'm walking toward a creek that I've fished 3 or 4 times before, but I've never fished this section. This is higher up, this is above any of the other sections I've fished. I just drove over it and it is narrow. It's a skinny little creek here. It's crystal clear and it's also surprisingly deep, at least in this section that I drove over. It looked a few feet deep and only a few feet wide. When I drove over it, I got out and I looked down and I saw several little fish, like 3 or 4 inch fish, little brook trout, I think. I'm pretty sure these are all brook trout in here. This is the bridge right here that I'll be starting from, and I'll be fishing the Dragontail FoxFire rod today. I've fished it a few times and I like it, but mostly I fished it in its 2 smaller lengths. This is a triple zoom rod, so it can be fished at 3 different lengths. Today I'm going to fish it exclusively in its longest length. At least that's the goal. We'll see what happens here. And today I'm going to be fishing dry flies for the first time. I mean, I've fished them a couple times before, just kind of for fun, but they've never been in a video before, and I've never fished an entire session with dry flies. I didn't come to Tenkara from a traditional fly fishing background. I know a lot of people do, and they fished dry flies with their traditional fly rods, and so they carry that on into their Tenkara fishing. I never fished before getting into Tenkara, so I don't have like a legacy of fishing with dry flies. And Tenkara flies, kebari, are wet flies. They're subsurface flies. And so I've just never fished dry flies before. And a subscriber sent these to me. So this is I think he called it a well-hung spider, well-hung foam spider, size 14. So these were sent to me by one of you guys, by Carl. Thank you, Carl, for sending these out to me. It's really nice of you. Carl Clavin, or Clavon, or Clavin, not sure how you say your last name, but I really appreciate you sending me these flies. It'll be fun to fish with them today. I'll put a picture of the fly on the screen here, and I'll put the fly recipe on the screen. This is looking downstream, very still. This is going to be tricky fishing, I think, because there's very little current moving through here. When I peered over, I saw a little fish in here. Oh, I just saw a couple little guys swim away. This is looking upstream. I don't know if you can really see it, but here's one of the flies tied on here, and it's tied with yarn, with wool yarn, so it'll sink a little bit down into the water, but the foam here will keep it up. The wool yarn absorbs water, but the foam will keep the fly kind of more or less sitting on top. Yeah, this is like 3 feet deep here. I have a little fanny pack on. I'm wondering if this is going to get my fanny pack wet. Ooh, cold water. Ooh. Ah. That is some cold water. This is a spring-fed creek. Ooh. Jeez. Okay. Let's get some. Ooh. Ha. Let's get some casting here. Some casting going. Ooh, you see that? Got one. Nice little dry fly take off the surface. This is gonna be fun. Okay. First fish. Little brook trout. I think most of these are going to be like 4 or 5 inch fish here. That's generally what I catch in this stream, with some bigger ones occasionally. See ya, buddy. Let's see if we can get some more over here. Yep. Oh. That is really fun seeing the take. I know everyone's like, yeah, that's kind of the point of dry flies. But this is new to me, and it's a lot of fun. Let's cast along the grass here, maybe in the shadow a little bit. Oh, there we go. I saw the fish coming. Which again, in this crystal clear water, is easy to do. Okay, the fly's already out. Little brook trout. See you, buddy. Got one. Oh, no. There we go. That is so cool. A 3-inch brook trout. So the last time I fished this rod in its 9-foot length, I didn't love it. I thought it felt kind of heavy. It feels much better now though. Maybe that was just compared to the shorter 2 lengths that it felt so heavy, but just fishing this by itself now, I mean, it feels fine. Got one. Yeah, this is one of those creeks. I think I say this often when I fish it. This is one of those creeks that you could probably catch 100 fish in a day out of pretty easily. And because this rod is soft, got one. Because this rod is soft, it's fun to fight these little fish with. Like these little, I don't feel like I'm completely overpowering these little 4-inch brook trout. Fish on. I don't know if you can see the log that's over there, but I cast just to the far side of the log. I landed this little guy. I really feel like I'm stalking the fish in this creek because I'm having to walk slowly, trying to talk a little bit more quietly. This is such close quarters fishing. It's so quiet here. I just hear the wind. Whoa! I think this guy's the biggest one yet. Hard fighter. Is he caught in... Oh! I was gonna say, is he caught in some weeds? And I think he was, and we might have lost this fly. Let's see. Nope. Still got it. Yeah, this water is waist deep now. Trying to keep the fanny pack dry. Nice. These fish are like little ballerinas, just dancing out of the water to get that fly. Flies out. Brook trout is in the net. Brook trout is free. Kind of blindly, whoa, I was gonna say I'm kind of blindly casting here, trying to fish far enough upstream that my presence hasn't been detected yet, and that's how I got this beauty. Really nice, nicest fish yet. Whoa, oh. Grass. That scared me. I thought I had a fish on. There we go. Now I do. Stay out of the grass. Very nice. I guess I haven't shown you any of these brook trout yet up close. It's about a 5-incher. Goes. This fly is working out really well. Thanks, Carl, for sending this over. It's been fun to fish with. Whoa! Applause to that fish. That was spectacular. Nice job, buddy. I think the fly's a bit waterlogged now, so it's not riding quite as high in the water as it was. You might not be able to see it as well on camera, but you should still be able to see the takes pretty well. And I actually just did a few false casts to kind of dry it out a little bit, and that actually worked pretty well. Oh, again, spectacular little take from this spectacular little fish. Yes. This might be the biggest or second biggest of the day. Got one. It's nice to be kind of on dry land. I mean, I'm still calf deep in the water here. It's nice to have most of my legs and lower abdomen out of the water. Got one. Got him in the net too. The well-hung foam spider strikes again. Got him. Another slightly above average sized fish. We are getting into the upper reaches of this creek here. I mean, it's getting to be just a couple feet across. Let's catch one more. This spot looks like a good bet. And it looks like the creek just disappears up here. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Got him. All right, so I've been fishing for exactly 1 hour. Let's see, I'll tell you exactly. 1 hour, 17 seconds. This is fish number 22. So lots of fish. Fat little brook trout. I'm gonna take a picture of this one actually. Yeah, nice little fish. Okay, that'll do it. That was a great little fishing session. I really enjoyed that. Had a great time. Let's talk about the rod first. I fished it again in its longest length, about 9 feet. I think it's a little bit over 9 feet, but somewhere in that range. And I had said before in a previous video that it had felt heavy and unbalanced, but after having fished with it now for an hour just here, I don't think that's accurate. It fishes well, it's just slow, and that's not really something that I'm used to. And I think I prefer a little bit of a stiffer, faster rod compared to this in that longest length, but I still enjoyed fishing with this. It's not bad, it's just different, and I don't think I prefer it this way, but it's a good little rod. And especially for the small fish that were in this creek, this nice, soft, bendy rod, it was great for this kind of fishing. I prefer the casting of a slightly stiffer rod, but as far as like fighting the fish goes, this was great. And then as for the dry flies, that was a lot of fun too. Thanks again to Carl as I navigate this little swampy area here. Thanks again to Carl for sending that to me, sending me those flies. And as far as the dry flies go in general, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun seeing the takes. It was a lot of fun seeing the fish jump out of the water. I'm more of a Tenkara traditionalist, and Tenkara flies are traditionally wet flies, subsurface flies, and I enjoy fishing those a lot. And so I will continue to mostly fish those subsurface Tenkara flies, the kebari, but I'm certainly not opposed to fishing dry flies every once in a while. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll see you in the next one.